This is the North Sea, bordered by countries like Britain, Norway, Denmark, the Netherlands, Germany, Belgium, and France. It is one of the most historic and busiest seas in the world. This sea is a vault of treasures, mysteries, and remarkable historical tales. It played a pivotal role in making Europe the wealthiest region on Earth. In today's video, we'll explore how the North Sea became Europe's lifeline and why it's set to become even more important in the future. Before we dive deeper into the video, I have a small request. If you enjoy my content, please consider subscribing to my channel. I put in a lot of effort to create these videos, but many of them don't get the reach they deserve. Your support would mean the world to me. Whoever controls the oceans will control the world. Spanning 570,000 square kilometers, the North Sea is the greatest example of this. For centuries, this sea has been a battleground for European powers, witnessing countless wars. It all began in 43 AD when the Roman Empire launched a naval invasion of Britain and conquered it. They established the first ports here, paving the way for trade between Britain and Central Europe. This was the first time the world, especially the European empires, realised that anyone who wanted to rule Europe had to control the North Sea. In the 8th century, after the collapse of the Roman Empire, control of the North Sea passed to the Vikings from Scandinavian countries. These people used small ships to raid and plunder northern and central European countries. Their small ships proved to be highly beneficial as they could easily navigate through European rivers and reach Central Europe. All of Europe was plagued by their raids, prompting German merchants to form an organisation known as the Hanseatic League. The League's main goal was to protect trade routes in the North Sea and defend Europe's coastal cities from Viking attacks. This idea gradually became so popular that other European businessmen also joined this organisation. To defend against Viking attacks, they began building large navy ships and trade posts. By the 15th century, the Hanseatic League had become so powerful that they dominated the North Sea, stretching their influence from Estonia in the north to the UK and France in the south. The North Sea had now become a secure hub for trade, equipped with excellent ports. Europe stood unrivaled in naval power on the global stage. This was the time when Europeans thought of using their navy to discover new resources and continents. To achieve this, European nations sent explorers into other seas, leading to the discovery of America, Africa, India, East Asia and Australia. And it was through this very sea and navy the British Empire went on to dominate the entire world. The North Sea once again came into the spotlight during the World Wars when the Allies blocked the North Sea to cut off Germany's supply lines, ultimately changing the outcome of both World Wars. Because of the North Sea, Germany could not invade and conquer Britain during World War II, even though Hitler was virtually unstoppable at that time. Following World War II, vast amounts of weapons and ammunition were disposed of in the North Sea. Studies estimate that approximately 1.5 million tons of ammunition still rest on the seabed, untouched for over 75 years. However, beneath the North Sea, it wasn't just ammunition. There was much more that would turn Europe into a hub of trade, communication, and economic development. Before World War II, the North Sea was primarily a significant military strategic asset. But after the war, the previously warring European countries united and became members of NATO. Each country sharing a coastline with the North Sea was granted an exclusive economic zone, giving them rights over the resources and trade activities within their designated zone. The industrial era had begun. As industries expanded, consumerism surged, and the demand for automobiles skyrocketed. All of this was fueled by a single energy source: oil. At that time, oil production in Europe was limited to only certain parts of the UK and Germany, which was insufficient to sustain the rapidly growing economic activity. As a result, all of Western Europe heavily depended on the Middle East to meet its energy needs. But then something happened that changed this entire situation. In 1959, massive natural gas reserves were discovered near Groningen in the Netherlands. This discovery sparked a surge in oil and gas exploration across northern Europe, with the UK and Norway leading the effort, as they controlled the largest economic zones in the North Sea. Massive exploration campaigns were launched, and extensive drilling was carried out. However, despite 200 attempts, nothing was found. Everyone had lost hope. But then in 1969, a company named Phillips Petroleum decided to make one last attempt. This time, they began drilling at the very edge of Norway's exclusive economic zone, EEZ, where the EEZs of the UK, the Netherlands, Germany, and Denmark merge. Fortunately, this effort paid off, and they discovered vast oil reserves. This discovery completely transformed Norway's fate. A poor country that once relied on exporting fish and timber had now become one of the world's largest oil producers. Shortly after, the UK also discovered oil and gas reserves in the region. These discoveries allowed the UK to meet 90% of its oil demand from the North Sea, with only 10% needing to be imported. Thanks to these reserves, the UK has remained largely energy independent, unlike many other European countries. This energy independence is a key reason why, even during the Russia-Ukraine war, the UK avoided the severe energy crisis that Germany and other European nations faced. In a nutshell, the North Sea serves as the backbone of the European economies. However, extracting resources from the North Sea is not an easy task. The region is notorious for frequent severe storms, making the waters rough and unpredictable. Over the past 60 years, numerous accidents have occurred, tragically claiming thousands of lives. Waves from the Atlantic Ocean often reach dangerous heights in the North Sea, creating significant challenges for ships navigating the area safely. Furthermore, the North Sea's oil and gas reserves are depleting quickly, and in the years ahead, its dynamics could undergo a complete transformation. Whatever happens in the future, one thing is very clear. The North Sea has played a significant role in shaping today's world map. It's often said that the Mediterranean Sea defined the ancient world map, the Atlantic Ocean shaped the modern world map, and the Pacific Ocean is poised to shape the world map of the future. This is because the world's three major powers, China, Russia, and the United States, are rapidly increasing their control over the Pacific. The oceans are undeniably the future of our world, which is why global superpowers are competing to dominate them. We will soon create videos on this topic, and after watching them, you'll see why naval dominance will be crucial for future progress. A nation's strength and global influence will largely depend on the power of its navy and its control over the world's seas. Here are all the sources we consulted for today's video. See you in the next video with another interesting topic. Take care.